2 million damage. 2 million, wow. If you're hitting the soft spot, you can low-key hit like 2.5. What's going on, AOT Nation? We're back with another video here. We're going to be going over a crazy Thunder Spears build that I came up with. I mean, ODM gear. Oh my god. Crazy ODM build that I came up with. It could somewhat keep up with Thunder Spears and what's his face and shifters. If you're like crazy, if you constantly hit your shots and stuff like that. But yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe, bro. You know what I mean? 200 likes, serum giveaway. You know, I got a few serums I can give away. You know what I mean? But yeah, it took me a little minute to come up with this build. It could somewhat keep up. You know, I have a lot more fun using ODM. But like, you know, it's obviously not going to be as good as the other builds. For this build, you can either use Helos or Ackerman, but I decided to just use Helos because Helos is literally free damage with every build. But Ackerman also works really good with this because of the rage mode and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's go over the build and show you what you guys need. Before we go over anything on this build, I do want to say these are the memories I'm using: Hypothesis, Quake Strike, Gambler, and Tactician. I'll explain all of them. I'm using Hypothesis even though I don't have a mode. I still get a damage boost for every 10% that the bar is filled. So if the bar is filled at 100% and you get a 1.25% damage buff, if it's at 100%, that's just 1.25 times times 10. So I get like a 12% damage buff. I'm also using Quick Strike because each kill increases your damage by 1.5%, resets at the reloading. So if you use your Helo skills, you can get that damage buff because it only stacks with like 20 titans. You can easily get that damage buff. I'm using Gambler because every build uses Gambler in the entire game, and I'm using Tactician because it's Tactician. You know, it's Tactician, bro. All right, go down the skill tree here. These are the skills I'm using. I am using Order Rage, Black Flare. I'm using the crit side. I'm using this side, but you can also use the health side. And then I'm also using you know, these skills. So let me unequip Kingslayer right quick and show you the skills I'm using. These are the skills I'm using. I'm using all 3 Helo skills, and I'm using Order Rage and Black Flare. But you will also still use Order Rage, Black Flare, and just use the Ackerman skills instead. Now for the perks, you know what I mean? These are the perks I'm using. With Helos, you can get 3, not 2, but 3 like attack perks. But okay, but let's go over this first. I'm using Font Inspiration because I'm using Tactician. I'm using another stuff, so I gotta use Font Inspiration. Got to have. Then I'm using Soul Feed. You can honestly replace Soul Feed for like this or, you know, something else, but I just like Soul Feed because you get your gas back and stuff like that. Then I'm using Adaptation, but you can honestly replace Adaptation for Immortal if you want to use Immortal instead of Adaptation, but I just like Adaptation better. I am using Black Flash because every crit build in the game needs Black Flash. The Black Flash is a must need. Then I'm also using Kingo because it's an ODM build, so I have to use Kingo. And now, since this is a predominantly crit build for my last attack perk, I'm using crit damage increased by 50% with Eviscerate here. You're gonna do a lot of crits. I tested Eviscerate and Unparalleled Strength, and it's best you get the 50% extra rather than getting the 25% ODM damage from the Unparalleled Strength. So you can either use either or, but I just seen that Eviscerate works better with this. Now, I haven't even done my artifacts yet, so let me just figure out which artifacts I want to use. This is tricky, right? For artifacts, I don't know if I want. I'm not gonna lie. This is so tricky. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna do a lot of crit, but it might be best just to get crit damage. I'm not gonna lie. Get crit damage. Get crit damage for your artifacts. You know what, chat? This is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna test out ODM damage and crit damage with this build and see which one would be more optimal. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna test out which one you should actually oh my god, I keep rolling off crit damage on accident. All right, this is what we're gonna do actually. Yeah, we're just gonna do, cause we have a piece with crit damage and ODM damage, so just about the same thing. So for both, we're gonna have a piece for crit damage and ODM damage, and we're gonna compare which one would honestly be better for you. All right, but I think I just showcased everything on the build. I did just about everything. All right, so let's go inside of the attack titan raid, and yeah. All right, we are here in the attack titan raid. We're just gonna wait until Aaron Yeager wakes up before I start, you know what I mean, going crazy with all the buffs and whatnot. I was gonna wait for Aaron to wake up though. But yeah, try to kill as many titans in the perimeter though. Yeah. Oh my god. For a mission like this, you could, if I'm being honest, Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, bro, this is why ODM builds are killing the game, bro. ODM builds are like so underpowered against everything. It just feels like I don't know, like it's crazy because like You have to do so much work for an ODM build to basically like help you, you know what I mean? But if you're just using something like a Thunder Spear build or something like that, I could just easily one-shot all of them with Thunder Spears, you know what I mean? Or like I would shift by now and just slam them with shifting. Oh my god. But thank God for helos. Thank God for helos. Thank God for helos, dude. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna back up from Aaron here. We're gonna heal our injuries. There we go. Heal our injuries. Back up from Aaron. Heal our injuries. We're gonna pop all the buffs. Alright, we're gonna do both of these so we can like stun him a little bit here. Okay, so as he's stunned, we're gonna try to get a raw like on this. Alright. I can't hit him, bro. There. Okay. I hate ODM builds so much. Like, you're just gonna get grabbed every chance you get, bro. Like, oh my god, you're just gonna get gripped. Pop all these buffs again. Alright. Get his leg here. Alright, boom. We really don't do much damage until he's stunned. Like, when he's... like, what was that? Whoa, that was like 2 million almost, right? Like, when he's stunned and then you like... when he's stunned and you, like, hit the nape... I mean, hit his, soft baby areas. Then that's when you get your real damage in. But, like, since I don't really use ODM, it's, like... it's not, like, hard, but, like, hitting the soft baby areas is kind of, like... you know what I mean? When you don't use ODM, it's quite annoying to try to hit. But even if you just can't hit the soft baby areas, it is best to just, you know, just hit Aaron. So, I mean, I took a little while with that, but let's test out the other one. I'm not sure which one does more damage, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it took me like 3 minutes, but I'm using ODM, so... and I'm not really good at ODM either, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, I just changed my artifacts for damage instead of the crit damage. So we now have raw damage buffs on Aaron here. So yeah. Bro, I got to wait, don't if you like hit their legs and stuff, like the Titan's legs and stuff, you can stun them? I don't know, I just not like the Titan, but like Aaron. Like, don't if you hit like Aaron's legs, you can like stun him, I think. Right. I think you're able to like stun Aaron if you hit his legs. Alright, I think my highest amount of damage last time was like 1.5 million, 1.6 million, almost 2 million. So we're gonna see how much this actually does in a second here. Oh, whoops, that was an accident. I tried to pop my buffs. Alright. What you want to do is honestly do this one first, and then you want to do Order Rage second, and then you want to do the Flare last. But I always like tripping. Alright, see if we can get a nice Aaron stun going. Yeah, 1.1 million is... but if you hit the soft spot, it's like... it's times 2. 1.6 million. Yes, it's okay, so... It's looking like it's better just to go raw damage instead of going to crit damage, right? I don't think I hit a 1.6 when I was testing. When I was on my other one, I don't think I hit a 1.6. So it's best to just go raw damage rather than the yeah, there we go. And I haven't reloaded once yet, so oh my god. Alright. Oh, this could be such a good time to hit him as well. Hold on. Let's see. 2 million damage. 2 million. Wow. If you're hitting the soft spot, you can low-key hit like 2.5. You can hit a lot of damage with this ODM build. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you can hit so much damage with this. And if you're playing smart, you don't have to get grabbed like I'm getting grabbed every 3 seconds. But, yeah. So, I mean, If you don't have any shifting and you have Helos or Ackerman, you can keep up with shifters, low-key. If you just play this build, you can low-key, honestly, keep up with shifters. Honestly, the way I see it, chat, ODM gear is at the bottom of the food chain, and then shifting's at the top of the food chain. So you can keep up with this build. Don't get me wrong, you can definitely keep up. But yeah, if you guys know more ways to improve this build, just comment down in the comment section down below. Overslash, I want to make a build using Overslash, but I gotta figure some things out with Overslash. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. You guys changed my life. Peace out, bro.